Hey everyone, welcome to the Top 10 list. Welcome to my Top 10 favorite animated movies of the 1990s. Yes, I'm continuing on with my animated movies, my favorite animated movies from each decade. I did my Top 10 favorite animated movies of this decade, which was the 2010s, then I did my 2000s, and now it's the 90s turn. Yes, the 90s, the decade I was born in. I was born in 1991, if you guys were wondering. No one was wondering, but still. Yes, the 90s are animated films, a lot of films I grew up with. This is the decade which was probably one of the most difficult decades to do the top 10 list for, because a lot of great kids movies / anime movies came out this decade, and it was very hard to pick a favorite or top 10 favorites. So yeah, let's get started with this one. And yes, these anime videos are going to go all the way through each decade, which will all lead to my top 10 favorite anime films of all time. So yeah, just so you guys know, just to catch you guys up. Anyways, so yeah, let's just get to it. Here's my top 10 personal favorite animated movies of the 1990s from 1990 to 1999. Alright, let's get to it. And for a top 10 list, you gotta have your honorable mentions. And my honorable mentions are Mulan, Anastasia, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Ants, The Land Before Time 2, Toy Story 2, South Park Bigger, Louder, and Uncut, DuckTales the movie, and Beavis and Butthead Do America, all fantastic films. Just give me the top 10 list. But what did in my top 10 was my number 10. My number 10 is one of the most underrated Disney films of all time, and that is The Rescuers Down Under. The Rescuers Down Under is a far superior film than the original Rescuers. The original Rescuers is a great movie, so much fun, a great adventure film. I did not like the villain, I didn't like the little kid, I didn't like some of the side characters. I love the two lead characters, love Dom DeLuise in the film as well, and just there's a lot of great characters, and it's a really fun adventure story, but there was some flaws. This one fixes all the flaws. Again, the two lead characters are fantastic. You got John Candy in the film. You got George C. Scott as a villain. The animation's bigger and grander. The sheer scope and size of this film is fantastic. It's like the Indiana Jones of friggin' animated films. You guys all know that I've praised this film to death. I absolutely adore this film, and of course, it's one of my favorite anime films of the 90s. It's amazing. Coming in number 9 is Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Mask of the Phantasm is my favorite animated superhero film of all time. This is so great. Kevin Conroy, Mark Hamill. This basically is like a long episode of the animated series, but probably the best episode of the animated series. I love this freaking movie. How he fights this new villain, the Phantasm. I love the unique twist and spin they put on the Phantasm. No spoilers, just in case you haven't seen it. They dive into more of the backstory of Bruce Wayne and the relationship he had. The dynamics of this movie are fantastic. Again, who doesn't love seeing Mark Hamill's the Joker and Kevin Conroy's Batman? The animation, the style, the action, it's just such a great, intense, pretty dark film, and I absolutely adore this movie. If you grew up with the animated series and you just love Batman as much as I do, you'll fucking love this movie, and you'll agree with me, that's one of the best animated films that's ever came out ever, and it's one of the best of the 90s. Coming number 8 is Aladdin. Yes, I love Aladdin. Who doesn't love Aladdin? I grew up with Aladdin. I have a huge nostalgia for Aladdin. It's Robin Williams. It's pretty much Robin Williams' movie. He's not the main character, but this is his film. Everyone watches it for Robin Williams and the friggin' genie and his amazing comedic gold. Just amazing improv comedy. This is a great film though, still. It's got great songs, A Whole New World, Riff Rat, Street Rat, so many amazing songs. Prince Ali, obviously, Alibaba. Such a great film. I love the characters. The relationship between Aladdin and Jasmine is one of the better relationships in Disney films. Relationships weren't their strong suit, not until like recent times, but fantastic relationship. I bought this love interest of Aladdin and Jasmine and stuff. It was really well done. The animation's fantastic. Jafar's the villain is great. Again, really amazing musical numbers. This was during the Disney Renaissance, so of course this is just a gem of a film, and again, one of my favorites. Coming number 7 is The Nightmare Before Christmas. What's this? What's this? There's magic everywhere. This is Halloween. Everybody screamed in this town of Halloween. I'm the one hiding under your bed. Teeth round sharp and eyes glowing red. I love The Nightmare Before Christmas, directed by Henry Selick, as is produced by Tim Burton. The characters created by Tim Burton. Danny Elfman did the music, Jack Skellington stuff. The sheer style of this movie, the animation's beautiful, the songs are fantastic. You got Oogie Boogie, an asshole Santa Claus, you got Jack Skellington, you got Sally, the porcelain doll, you got the mayor, just a lot of great characters. Everyone loves The Nightmare Before Christmas. I have yet to meet a single human being that's hated The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's The Nightmare Before Christmas. It's one of the greatest anime films of all time. Coming number 6 is a tie between two Japanese anime films. I really could not decide which one to put at number 6. And then I'm like, if I like this one better, but then I have to take this one off the top 10 list. Either one of these two are just amazing. They're both such great films. And I guess you couldn't decide which one I liked more. They're both very different animated films, but they're both in their own right amazing films. And that's Princess Mononoke and Ghost in the Shell. Like, how hard is it to pick between those two films? This is a Miyazaki film and a Mamoru Oshii film. Like, these are just fantastic films. Princess Mononoke is a great action adventure with great voice performances, a great story. It's got a great message about the environment and the spirit of the forest and everything. It's got a great anti-villain, a very anti-villain, Lady Kiyoshi, played by Minnie Driver. She's so great. The style of this movie, the message of this movie, there's some great atmosphere, and the action sequences are just all brilliantly well done. But Ghost in the Shell, the worlds of the Ghost in the Shell, the atmosphere, the darkness, the bleakness, even the character of Major is a great character. What Mamoru Oshii did with this film was just beautiful. Not completely original, because there's a lot of elements of Blade Runner in it, but still, just amazing. It's a groundbreaking Japanese animated film. Both these movies are in their own right brilliant. I just couldn't decide which one I liked more. Ghost in the Shell is a better film, but I think Princess Mononoke is a way more watchable, more entertaining film. So they both just level out as both amazing. So yeah, both number 6. Coming number 5 is The Prince of Egypt. Yes, I love this. Deliver us! Deliver us! Just such a great film. Hans Zimmer, what he did with this movie, brilliant. Voice acting also fantastic. Val Kilmer as Moses, Ralph Fiennes as Ramesses. The brother relationship is fantastic. The dynamics between them is actually superior than The Ten Commandments. The Ten Commandments is a better film, but The Prince of Egypt just did the relationship between the brothers so much more better. You bought into the relationship. You bought that these brothers genuinely loved each other. And then when they're turned against each other because they have different beliefs, it's heart-wrenching. It's heartbreaking. I love it. The animation in this movie is gorgeous. The musical numbers are fantastic. You're playing with the big boys now. And the Plague song is absolutely fantastic. It's just so good. It's a really dark and very realistic film. I remember watching this movie as a kid, and it almost scarred me because there's like whipping scenes, people getting the plague and shit. Like, there's some really fucked up imagery in this movie, and I freaking loved it. Voice acting's great, the music's great, the animation, the style, the atmosphere, just the mature themes, everything about this movie is fantastic. It's one of my favorites. Coming number 4 is one of my favorite Pixar films. That's Toy Story, the very first Toy Story. I love Toy Story 2, I love Toy Story 3, but Toy Story is my favorite out of the Toy Story trilogy. Why are they making a 4th one? I'll get over it. Toy Story is great. This was written by one of the Coen brothers, and Joss Whedon and John Lasseter. Just a lot of great, talented writers in this film. It's so good. It's amazing. It brought CG animation, and it was just groundbreaking to watch. There's some things that feel a bit dated, like Spud the dog, and some of the humans look a little funny, but they're just working out the kinks of CG animation, so it's still a groundbreaking, amazing, amazing film. The Randy Newman songs are amazing. Tom Hanks and Tim Allen have amazing comedic timing in this film. I love movies about rivalries, and this is just so great. It's so funny. It's way funnier than the second and third one, which is probably why I like it. Also because I have nostalgia. I grew up with this movie. Every time I got home from school, I popped in the VHS and watched Toy Story. Just so great. Buzz, you're flying. No, this isn't flying. It's falling with style. To infinity and beyond. I love this movie. I love these characters. I love how heartwarming it is and amazing it is. I love how beautifully designed it is. The music, the characters, the animation, the story, the comedy, everything just works perfectly. Coming number 3 is The Lion King. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's The Lion King. It's the very first film I ever saw in theaters in 1994. I was 3 years old. I cried my eyes out going in to see this movie. As soon as The Circle of Life came out, as soon as that song came on, I just shut the hell up and I was absorbed with this film. It's amazing. It's a brilliant film. It's the Hamlet story told in an animated Disney form with lions. How else would you do it? It's great. I love these characters. Timon, Pumbaa, Simba, Mufasa, Scar, one of the greatest Disney villains ever. Jeremy Irons, fantastic. Be prepared. So good. The songs are great. Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Can't Wait to Be King. Hakuna Matata. Not a fan of that song, but still it's catchy. Everything about this movie is amazing. Everyone said what they need to say about this film. I don't need to say anything. Everyone knows it. This movie's brilliant. Coming number 2 is The Iron Giant. Yes, Brad Bird's The Iron Giant. Everyone debates what's Brad Bird's best film. Is it Ghost Protocol? Or what's his best animated film? Is it Ratatouille? Most people say it's The Incredibles. I say The Iron Giant. Superman. I love it. Best performance by Vin Diesel, because he barely says anything. That's how you use your Vin Diesel, people. Some advice for some filmmakers who want to cast Vin Diesel as a lead role. Make him say nothing. He'll be compelling as shit. This movie's fantastic. I love the story about this boy. He meets this Iron Giant. They bond to this amazing, beautiful friendship. This is just such a compelling film. You don't even realize you're watching an animated film because you're just so compelled and moved by the story and these characters. It feels so human and beautiful, and it's amazing. This film is fantastic. The voice acting is great. Harry Connick Jr. is in this film. He's amazing. Kevin McDonald, Jennifer Aniston, all give great voice acting performances. It's beautiful, it's sad, it's emotional. It's got one of the craziest climaxes ever. It's just an amazing film and one of my favorite anime films of all time, and hands down one of the best of the 90s. And my number 1 favorite 1990s animated movie is, everyone knows what it is. Tale as old as time, tale as old as rhyme. That's right, Sleeping Beauty. No, it's Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. Beauty and the Beast. 1991. Amazing. This movie's amazing. Why did they make a live-action remake? I don't know. It's a fine movie, but it's no Beauty and the Beast. This adaptation of Beauty and the Beast is perfection. The animation, the characters, the songs, everything is just amazing. I love that the dynamics they did with Gaston and the Beast, that the town hero, the good-looking dude, is the villain, but then the monster is actually the hero because he's the true beauty within inside. This is a beautiful message for kids. This is about not trying to stereotype people and not falling in love with just the good-looking dude. This is actually about loving someone for who they are inside, the beauty within themselves, not what they look like and stuff. And that's why I love Belle so much. I think Belle's one of the best Disney princesses out there. She's smart, she's got attitude, she's amazingly sweet, and she doesn't judge people just based on the way they look and stuff. Like, she judges people off how sweet they are, how nice they are and stuff, and how loyal they are and brave and stuff. Just things that matter. And again, she's a more intellectual Disney princess. She's not just some idiot who's looking for a guy. She actually reads books and stuff. That's why they always found her very peculiar. I'm afraid she's rather odd. But like, I love it. Paige O'Hara did an amazing job as Belle. She's fantastic. Emma Watson, she tried. She's no Paige O'Hara, but everything about this movie is amazing. Everyone knows this is one of my favorite Disney films of all time, and it's of course my number 1 favorite animated movie of the 90s. So yeah, that's my top 10 personal favorite animated films of the 1990s, from 1990 to 1999. So in the comment section below, please tell me, did you agree with this top 10 list? If not, give me your top 10 personal favorite animated movies of the 1990s. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to this channel and join the dark side.